Hello, everybody. This is the practice of sharpening your knife, sharpening your mind. If there is something in the kitchen that I can associate more with the work I do with my mind to remove all the debris, to remove all the impurities, all the sounds, all my chatting box that is around me a lot of times, is this practice of sharpening the knife. First, because I have to be very focused in what I am doing, but also because it brings this metaphor that when we work in our minds, what we are doing is polishing it, the same that we do kind of when we sharpen a knife. We are polishing the mind, removing everything that doesn't serve us. So if we bring and remember this every time we sharpen our knives, it's very useful because apart from any other activity that we do for our mental health, then we are doing something extra in the kitchen. Also, this practice allows me to express a lot of love for one of the tools that is more precious for me in the kitchen, and that is the knife. As I eat a lot of vegetables, then it's something I use and appreciate a lot. Even now, I'm thinking who discovered, who designed this tool in the ancient times to be able to cut the vegetables. It's something that really helped me to appreciate what we have done as a society and all the tools that we have today to help us knowing more really and discovering really discovering really what we are here to do in this world and expressing ourselves and our talents in the best way possible. Um, Many of you must have your practice to sharpen or your way of sharpening your knife. It doesn't matter which one you have. This is one of many, so you don't have to follow this one. The important thing here is when you are gonna do this, bring all yourself together, bring all your mind, and remembering that you are working on your knife and on yourself, on your mind at the same time. Before I do the sharpening itself, I want to share something I learned from a chef not far ago last year in New York, and I love that concept. And is checking how sharp is your knife. We can do as well with our mind occasionally during the day. Hey, what I am thinking. Hey, what is here in the mind? So I'm checking how sharp is my mind to focus in what is important for my life. Many times I find myself that is somewhere else or worrying for other things. So checking how sharp is the knife, it allows us also to have and experience our hands and be very attentive, because at the eyes of someone who is working with health and safety, this can be considered very dangerous maybe, but it's not. If we are with our full attention, nothing is going to happen here. So the first thing is sensing the knife, how it is at the moment. And the way we do that is just placing our fingers very gentle over the edge. So I can actually sense how it is. And maybe with more attention, I can actually detect which areas are sharper than the others. Like in my case, this part, for some reason, it has more sharpness than here or the top. Maybe because now I see that I'm not very skilled, or I always forget to sharp this part of the knife. so I can see where I place more attention. So this help me to sharpen my knife in the parts that they need work. And also it allowed me to use my hands and to sense the edge of the knife. Now, when you are gonna sharpen your knife, you can use any technique you want, but the important thing is just bring your full attention into the task. And here I'm gonna use wet stone. My grandmother and even my mother use a simple stone so they don't get complicated with, oh, sorry, again. They don't get complicated with so much advanced, but here we are. So for the wet stone, you need water at the side. And then what we do is just put some water over the stone. And then start sharpening the knife. So this is one way of sharpening. I place my fingers very gentle, effortless. And I don't do that quickly. I just allow the sounds to remind me the importance of sharpening my mind. Now I turn the knife the other way. And now, because I know that the tip and the bottom of the knife are not very sharp, then I'm gonna use the same motion to sharp these parts of the knife. I turn the knife again. Look at the bottom. And when I'm done, I'm gonna do again the same exercise. I'm gonna again check the sharpness. Very gentle touching, and I definitely can feel the difference. So this really reminds me also that all the work that I do to sharpen my mind is worth it, is working. And that after using it for a couple of days or weeks in some case, it will need again to be sharpened. That is why when we are interested in working with our minds and having a toolkit of practices to sharpen our mind, we have to use them often. Because as the same that happened with the knife, it will lose that sharpness. As we are experiencing life and receiving a lot of inputs and imprints from what we see, from who we connect, in the way we work, with all the commitments, with the relationships, that will start cluttering our mind, and then we need to sharpen that again. And that is the importance of having a mental health toolkit that now is more required than ever. Maybe the last comment I want, and this just coming in this moment for me, and is that I am realizing recently the importance of becoming our own inner therapists or our own inner coaches, because as we are facing so many situations in a very quick way, we cannot afford to have all the time support and help from others. And I cannot tie this a lot with my experience with the knife. For many years, I used to go to a butcher to help me to sharpen my knife, which is an option. But why I couldn't learn to do that myself? I still don't do that as a professional chef, but I do in a way that is useful for me, and it helps me to chop my vegetables. So if we learn to sharpen our knife at home, also it's a reminder that we have to cultivate this inner therapist, inner coach, or inner guide, plus a set of a toolkit to help us navigate with whatever it comes to us. Thank you for watching, and continuing now with another practice. Thank you.